So hello guys, Sendou again. So I just wanted to make a quick video about this one mode called Clam Blitz. Just because I feel like many people are kind of misunderstanding how you should be pushing on this mode. And this is stuff I even see in high level competitive matches. And that's at least how I understand the mode currently. So of course this might be mistaken in some ways, or I might not be understanding everything completely. But basically how I feel like people are understanding this mode is that they are thinking you're supposed to make multiple small pushes instead of thinking it as same way as Tower Control and Rainmaker, where it's very obvious that you just have to make one good push and that's it. Like for example, people are doing a lot of stuff like this that, okay, well, you know, I get the football in. That's great. That's okay, we get points, that's a good thing, right? But what many people don't understand is that in fact, if you're just getting one football in, that's not really doing much. Like, I mean, we got 20 points, okay, that's great. But then we have 10 points penalty. They get a football. Probably some of our players are dead, so they're in position to make counter push. And here's the thing, when they make the counter push, they can actually be playing it, or they have a better chance at actually making it something of a stronger push. So, you know, maybe they can get a football in, great. But they can also maybe follow it up with clams and so on and so on. And I think that's how you should be thinking about this mode, more like you have to be in position to not only get in a football, but also you have to be able to follow it up with more clams and so on. So that's one of the main things when I'm not a huge fan of this classic Clam Blitz day one stretch, which is like, oh my god, I'm ballering in, oh jump to me, jump to me, jump to me. Then there's maybe one jump and you get one football in, and then they kill both of you and make counter push. Honestly, I'm a bigger fan of pushing with bubbles, and really when people are doing the baller push, I'm sometimes not even tempted to jump just for that case, because just getting wiped is a really bad thing in this mode, like it's in all modes, but especially in this mode, like you're getting wiped, especially in small maps like this. Like think about how easy it's for them to get the clams together and get the counter push going. So basically, the main idea I was trying to convey here is that you should be thinking about more like how can we make one push where we get a lot of clams in, compared to how we can make a lot of small pushes. Because if you think about something like most sports, for example, I mean many people were saying, okay, this is like football or whatever. But in football, and that is football, the European kind, you're trying to you're pushing, and then you make a goal, and great, that's it. Then you reset back to middle. But Clam Blitz is not football, okay? So in Clam Blitz you have to also be able to follow it up with clams. And actually clams are giving a lot of points. Like when you think about it, like just 4 clams is more valuable than 1 football in points. And think about how fast it is to actually throw in 4 clams. Like in most cases I don't even have to be able to get any kind of kills, and I can just like go in and boom, 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 boom. Like it's super fast, as long as you have the basket open. So I think the big like takeaway from this video should be this: like don't overplay the kind of plays in Clam Blitz where you're just, you know, taking a baller and going in and yeah, jump in, and then you wiped. And you know, normally there's not many cases where you want to be wiped in this game, and especially in Clam Blitz I really can't recommend it. Instead, what I think you should be doing more is that you're trying to figure out how to make one good push. You're playing for a like multi-kill on the enemy team side, and in addition you're trying to pull up those clams and so on. Like I'm not saying don't take, like if you can throw the football in with no cost, then do it. Like if you can just walk in and throw in the football, yeah, it's probably a good play. But I'm saying like it's not worth it to get wiped so you can get one football in. Like that's not the mode. And I think many people should be more like looking in the bubble blower in this mode rather than baller, because traditionally people are saying, oh, it's broken that you can jump into baller, and yeah, it is kind of annoying, but it's also kind of like day one strats. And instead of like I mentioned, like you're not supposed to make like one or you're not supposed to make like multiple small pushes, more like one really good push. And yeah, like for me, bubble blower is still like the most broken thing for this mode. Because you know, we have these like huge bubbles, and I don't even have the special power up, but you have this like safe point under the basket, and you can like keep throwing the clams, and you know the teammates can use them. If they pop, then you just blow them up, and you know, you can do a lot more with bubble blower than baller. So if you're looking at one special that I recommend always running for Clam Blitz, I'd say it's definitely bubble blower and not baller. And yeah, hopefully this gave you some ideas on how to play the mode yourself. And